What's going on, people? It's your man B back once again. So we got this leaked video right now from Tyson. Oh, Fury, aka Luke Partridge from Bolton. He's not from Ireland, man.
I know he's got no.
That's for sure. Anyway, this is a leaked clip. I think. Listen, it's weird. There's been like 3 different faces. Normally, in a build up to a fight, there's like one face off, as media thing where they both sit down and talk rubbish to each other. Another one came out today, so I'm guessing that's where this is from. Anyway, it came out a little while ago. I probably should have covered it at the time. Anyway, let's get to it. It's quite crazy, if I'm honest. Here's the bars.
I know he's got no power. Because if he has a man out cold on his feet and then hits him with another 10 free shots and doesn't even drop a motherfucker, how's he going to hurt me? He had his shots. I took his best shots, 5 shots, and smiled. Like Tupac said, now he's about to feel a wrath of a menace. I know he's got no power.
Listen, people, let me take this off the rip. The last bit that Fury says, this for me is reminiscent. When people start quoting movies and rappers, it's over, in my opinion. We had before the Usyk fight. It seems to be the effect Usyk has on these big old 250-pound plussers. He seems to just scramble their head up. Yeah, AJ was all right. And then Usyk had a go on him. And in the build-up to the rematch, he was saying, "Oh man, I don't even watch boxing. I watch Big Meech and Larry Hoover and I watch Pablo Amhard Escobar. I don't watch boxing." Oops, got his head slapped off again for a second time in a row. Point. What's Fury talking about now? Oh, like Tupac. What's Tupac gonna do for you? Tyson, I don't care how many Tupac hit him up or against all odds you can listen to. When that bell goes, this Kazakh dude, he ain't playing like that. Yeah, this Chechen warlord, he ain't playing. This Mongolian thing ain't playing like that. You're from the new age. You think that, oh, I'll talk about some rapper and Usyk's going to be sitting there and his butt's going to be... oh, Tyson listens to Tupac. You probably don't even know who Tupac is, tell the truth. Right? It's one of them. They don't have a radio out there. Yeah, when you're living in the bush like that, when you're living with the bears, there ain't no radio there. He don't know Tupac. That's relevant to you. That's relevant to your estrogenized culture. He don't know that. All he knows about is slapping you in the mouth. And you know that as well. So let's now rewind. We've got that part of the way. Feel the wrath of a menace. You ain't got it in you, man. Francis and Bongo. Where was his wrath? You didn't want nothing to do with him and he can't box. AJ showed that. AJ, oh, it's heavyweight boxing. No. AJ don't know one out like that. Unless it was fixed. I don't know. I wasn't there. But if AJ versus Francis and Bongo wasn't fixed, Ngannou can't box, is the conclusion. Because if AJ don't knock no one out in round 2 like that, without them ever landing a glove. So either you believe it's fixed, or Mbongo can't box with TOFFEE. You ain't life and death with him. Couldn't even put a dent in him. In fact, he put you down. You're finished, in my opinion. Anyway, let's get to the actual quotes.
I know he's got no power. Because if he has a man out cold on his feet and then hits him with another 10 free shots and doesn't even drop a motherfucker, how's he going to hurt me? He had his shots. I took his best shots, 5 shots, and smiled.
I took his best shots and smiled. That's not what I remember though, Tyson. Yeah? I know he whacked you up. I know Usyk whacked you so hard upside your head, you thought it was 7 months later. That's what happened, people. Fact. Got a video coming soon on it. Usyk hit Tyson Fury so hard upside his big old bear moth head. Happy Christmas, people. You're in May. The sun's out, man. That's how hard he hit him, so we can't really blame him for forgetting. He didn't even know what month, he didn't even know what quarter he's in. He didn't even know what half of the year he was in. Yeah? That's what he didn't know. Fair enough. If the fight was, for example, if the fight was in November, you could say, oh, he's just preempting December. You're in May. No one's saying Happy Christmas in May. So he has been whooped upside his head. We don't know what he does or does not remember. To tell the truth, we do not know what he knows or does not remember. What we do have for a fact, though, is the pictures. And I don't remember seeing him smiling. I remember his eyes boggled. And you can say, YB, you haven't been in there. Your eyes would be boggled too. I'm not saying they wouldn't. If I was in there with Usyk, my eyes would be spinning everywhere. That's what we know for a fact. The difference is, I wouldn't be saying, oh, Oh, I was smiling. No, your eyes was crossed, YB, because Usyk slapped you upside your head. Crossed eyes are crossed eyes. There's no one's confusing a cross eye with a smile, are they? Yeah? There's some facial things. Look at this. Where's this? Here we go. So this is after, you bear in mind, the referee stepped in at this point. Normally when we see someone get hit, or even if people get put down or whatever, once the ref steps in, if it's all sweet, they smile then. People. Where's the smiling? Yeah? What's going on here? You get the pictures. He wasn't smiling, is the point. I'm going to get it for you, man. That's what we're going to do. Oh, man. These tabs are killing me right now. I can't even open... There we go. Come on. Here we go. Bash. Where? Oh, my... It's worse than I thought. This is mad, people. I've got so many tabs open. It's wild. This is worse than I thought. Yeah? This is worse than I thought. Where's the... People... I don't even remember this picture here. The quality's gone bugging because I've zoomed in so much, but you can look for it yourself. It's out there. That face there... I remember Harry Potter years ago. Maybe Lord of the Rings. I don't know, one of them corny films. And it's kind of like... If you looked at this one monster, it would make you just start wigging. Yeah? It'd have you like solid as rock, but like you've seen a ghost or something. People. Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling needs to ring Tyson Fury to play the next petrified, magically enchanted victim. Because that is what he... scared to death of his assailant. That is true fear in there. I've seen fighters get knocked... I've seen loads of fighters get knocked down before. I've never seen that in their eyes, though. He's seen something in there. He's seen something in there. What we don't know, though, like I said, is how much does he remember of it? This could actually bode well for Tyson. If Usyk really did knock Tyson Fury's head in a certain way that he doesn't remember, that's probably best. Right? Because he don't... Or it could be the case it's kind of a PTSD trauma response. It's documented that some PTSD trauma responses can actually bury it in the victim's head. They don't want to remember it. It's gone. What? When did he slap my head off? He can't punch? What? But looking at his face, since he brought faces up, I'm not sitting there like, oh, look at YB, you never boxed before. I'm not doing that. He brought it up. He said he was laughing and smiling. Where is the laughing and smiling, people? Yeah? To be fair, when he got put down by Ngannou, I think he got up and there was maybe a bit of a smile. Well, certainly the Wilder one, I didn't see distinct petrification of him in the Wilder fight. He got up, slapped his head a few times, I think, and went back to it. He's finished, people. He's finished. And I think the problem with Usyk is, what Usyk's shown is, even whoever you want, whoever is fought heavyweight, life's a lot harder when you don't have the expectation baked in. If you're thinking this guy's a middleweight who can't punch, and you get in there and he whacks you upside your head and you like... And we saw it in the first round. Fury came out to the middle of the ring. He ran back. I did a video on it. Usyk catches him with a straight left or a left hook. Bash! And he's like... His eyes was crossed. But what I'd argue is, irrelevant of after Usyk hit Fury, Fury's body language. Fury up until the Usyk fight was supposed to be the big cronk. Usyk's a middleweight who can't punch like that, allegedly. Right? Fury's the big cronk. He stuck it all over Wilder. Fury ran to the middle of the ring. Bear in mind as well, during all the build-up, he said that little midget's getting it. He ran to the middle of the ring and the whole fight he ran backwards. So I'm not even necessarily saying Usyk's the one who broke him. I think he was broken before the Usyk fight. That said, once you get whacked up by a man who really can't punch like that, historically speaking, although he stopped Dubois, he couldn't stop AJ though, but yeah, I think it's fair to say Usyk's not, we'd all agree, Usyk would agree, he's not the biggest puncher at heavyweight, right? But once he's whacked you in the head, and the cruiserweight, middleweight has got you, your block all spun up, and you're looking like the next Harry Potter victim installment, what does that do to you? Yeah, and Fury's been delusional. That's how he bumped me for my $100. He told us, oh, I'm going straight at him, he can't punch. And I was like, yeah, he's going to go straight at him and he's cooked. Oops. So he knows what's up. He's saying he can't punch and this, that, the other. He knows he can punch. He knows. Yeah? And if you don't believe it, ask this guy. Is this a guy who believes the guy who put him in this position can't punch? No, he looked petrified in there. This is a true fear. I mean, it looks like someone's bust in his house, if I'm honest. It looks like someone's bust in his house in the middle of the night and they've caught him butt naked and slipping. That's how it is. Just complete, absolute shock on his face. There's no smiles there, people. That's what there's not. So please don't. The bookies are already buying into it. All the unwashed masses, and it's good for us, because I'm betting on Usyk, unfortunately for Usyk. But we have to go based on evidence. The evidence we've got, people, this guy's finished. He's talking the fight up because he has to, and he will lure in a lot of unwashed masses. We'll put money on him thinking, oh, he can do something now, he can do something. Fury said he can't punch. We know the truth, though. Yeah, fact. When you get in there with someone who can't punch, look at Bivol, for example. When Bivol gets in there with someone who he perceives can't punch, like Canelo, he's got no problems, really. When he got in there with Beterbiev, there's no big mystery why he was running and didn't want nothing to do with Beterbiev, right? If Fury had got in there, right, no matter how shot he is, if he'd got in there and Usyk couldn't punch, you know what you do with guys like that. Especially when you got 7 inches of reach and 4 inches of height and 30, 40, 50 pounds in weight. We know what happens there. You school them. That's what you do. And you touch them all over. I'd say, for example, I'd prefer to believe Wilder can't punch, to be honest. The way Fury came back in the rematch and stuck it straight on him. I believe that over Usyk not being able to punch. And or Fury's finished. I tend to lean towards Fury's finished. But however finished Fury was before the first fight, he's only more finished now. His head has only been spun up even more. And the best thing for Fury will be for Usyk not to clip him. It doesn't matter, actually. If Usyk doesn't clip him in the first few rounds, Fury might get confident, but in round 6 or 7, his legs are going to go. That's my base case. If Fury makes it to round 7, his legs are going to go. That's for sure. His legs have gone. And for a 270-pound man, I don't really think... He's got good legs, obviously. But watch the Vlad fight back. He was just clinching in that fight, most of it. Just hanging around, and he was doing a little bit more than Vlad. It was all mainly clinching. It wasn't a whole bunch of footwork and getting off. Fury's never really been a massive counter-puncher like that, if I'm honest. I'm trying to think, who's he really slipped and banged someone? Name me a fight. He stuck it straight on Wilder twice, right? Who else he stopped? He ran around from Chisora, running, using his leverage. He ran around from Dillian White, using his leverage. It's fine to do, but let's not make out he's a slicker and whatever, in my opinion. Anyway, I've got Usyk. Let's have a look if we got the odds for the KO. I think Usyk's too humanitarian, though, to bet on the KO. If it happens, it's late, though, in my base case. That said, Fury's that shot, I won't be shocked at all. I will not be shocked if... And the trauma Fury has, clearly. I will not be shocked if Usyk goes in there, wings that left overhand that he caught him in the first round and just knocked him out. I really won't be shocked. I think Fury's on that decline that bad. I really do. I believe that. Even psychologically, he doesn't want to do it anymore. He's doing it because he wants the money. Usyk isn't. He's not there. People, you can live in the woods like Usyk does for the next 100 years with the amount of money he's got. The next 1,000 years, right? That's what he could do. He's not doing it for the money. He could sit down and do nothing. He could have gone out on top. He's doing this because he's gagging for it. Fury's not doing it because he's gagging for it. He's doing it because Turkey's kind of like, well, I might as well make 80 million. Fury's already said, I'm doing this. I don't really want to do it, but I'm doing it because I know no one else in my family has the chance to make 80 million for a few months' work. And they'll never have that chance. So I've got to. Which is somewhat honourable, you could say. Equally, it doesn't help you win fights when you're just fighting as a mercenary. There's more on the line for Usyk. Usyk also, rightly or wrongly, his country's at war and he feels very passionately about it. He'll be thinking about, probably, at times, his fellow brothers and whatnot. Certainly he's gone to the battlefield before, as such, and seen what's been going on there. So he'll be fighting for them as well. He'll be fighting, trying to give a little bit back to his country where he can, if that makes sense. He's got more to do it for. What's Fury doing it for? Oh, I want more money for my kids. Okay, that sounds good. But when you got a whole bunch already, it's not really a motivating factor. Going from 200 million to 250 million, that's not motivating, I don't believe. It's not motivating you to get stuck in. That's what it's not doing. And we saw that in the first fight. I just want to check where the KO is. Usyk by KO. 3-1. He's too humanitarian though. Usyk's already said, I don't really want to hurt Tyson. I don't want to hurt him. He's got a family. So I think Usyk's too estrogenic in that way. The true honourable thing to do would be to send this guy to his maker. That's what you're paid to do. Yeah, send this guy to his maker. So there's no talk about, and to be quite frank, if I was advising Usyk, I'm not saying go in there, and Usyk's smart. He knows what to do. What I would say though, don't let this go to the scorecards, man, after the last one. Because if it's a little bit close, do not be shocked when you get bumped. Because Turkey, I like Turkey, but Turkey has always been sucking Tyson Fury off, number one. And number two, so everyone's been, a narrative's been building on TalkSport. Simon Shildon, who's obviously got the Saudi bag, has been saying things like, oh, it'll be much better if Fury wins, because then we can do all these other, or we can do this one. And it's true, to some extent. Fury winning would be better for the sport, ultimately. Fury wins fairly, fine. It probably is best for the sport. That said, if it means Fury only has to win 4 rounds to win the fight, that's off. That's moody, man. That's moody. So Usyk needs to be careful here. If you can't, in this game, you can't be too focused on being a humanitarian. Oh, he's got kids. That's on him. That's for him to work out. They'll be okay. And what Usyk ain't gonna hurt someone like that. I wouldn't have thought, right? But you have to be dominant. You have to be. You have to have bad intentions. Unless you've put him down 4 times in the early rounds and you know it's locked in, don't take no chances, man. Give it to this guy. Don't back off because he's got family at home. That's for them to work out afterwards, if it's the case. Or you can be in there and be a humanitarian and then lose on points because you get robbed. It's up to you. Only he can decide what he chooses to do. I know what I'd do. Because you best believe, people, if Fury could do some serious harm to Usyk, he would. Right? That's the kind of game it is. There's no point trying to be Mahatma Gandhi in the ring. I honestly believe, if Fury had the choice between winning this fight, if Fury had the choice to lose this fight, but Usyk stays alive, or Tyson to win this fight and Usyk ends up Gerald McClelland, I do believe Fury would take that option. He'd take the win. I do believe it. If he could proper hurt Usyk and win, he'd say, well, that's part of the game. I feel bad, but it is what it is. And that's how you have to approach this one here, I believe. Because he ain't going to do you no favours. If he's got you going, he's not going to back off. I don't believe. Anyway, he didn't back off Wilder. Wilder was finished in that third fight. He was well finished. Fury was storming in there. Wilder was all goosed up. So, Fury didn't say, in that third fight, Fury didn't say, I've put him down a few times and let me back off and box and have a look. No, he didn't do that. He went straight through him, and that's the right thing to do, to be fair. Yeah, Fury gave Deontay Wilder his walking papers. He sent him to his maker, respectfully. That's what you're contracted to do. It's your obligation to another fighter. If it's his day to be sent to his maker, you must oblige. That is your only obligation. Don't give someone that, man. No man wants to be there like, I couldn't make it to Warriors Paradise because some dude gave me some charity. That's whack, man. Send him there. Yeah, that's what you must do. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, click off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop it.